that Grandma couldn't count.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70.
Without bursting into laughter, her son-in-law put his head on the counter.
It was nuggets and nuggets and nuggets.
Delivered from a McDonald's in Long Beach, California by a DoorDash driver.
The guy said this was the biggest order he's ever had.
And they didn't skimp on the sauce. Jessica Vaccaro's then 4-year-old son had questions.
That's a lot.
Mommy, is that a lot? Grandma, is this funny?
Jessica only recently unearthed this 2017 video. She posted it. It went viral. They ended up giving most of the McNuggets to the homeless.
We packed them all up and we went down to the beach and we handed them out.
Her husband, Chris, thinks he accidentally added a zero, ordering 20 rather than just 2 10-piece boxes. He admits he barely looked at the total bill, and he dropped this nugget.
I consider myself a bit of a chicken McNugget connoisseur.
But 200? Give us a McBreak.
McNuggets, dip, dip, dip.
Jeannie Mose, CNN.
At McDonald's.
New York.
That may be a happy accident. I don't know if I would be so unaware of the total of my bill.
Maybe the guy is just super busy.
Yes, you know. But 200 McNuggets, they got a fun laugh out of it.
They did, and what I love is that they went down. They said they went down to the
Yes.
beach and
Handed it out.
handed them out to homeless people. So
Yeah.
there you go. People that are hungry. So that's good.
Yes.
All right, your time now is 6 o'clock.
Well, let's take a live look outside right now in Pasco through the Giza Stadium Skycam. Look how dense that fog is in some of our areas. We can honestly barely see some cars passing by on that freeway. Wet conditions on the way for your Wednesday. I'll get you ready for the wave of showers heading through the region today.
Plus, a new interim city manager has been named in Yakima after the previous one was fired in the city council's first meeting of the new year. And the winter weather impacting more than just your daily commute and school start times, as law enforcement now has to make adjustments to the snow as well. Good morning, Northwest, seconds away.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
All right, it is January the 24th, a Wednesday, and we are cruising through this month.
Definitely, definitely.
February's coming up. I like February. You know why?
Why?
Take a guess.
Shortest month?
No. Well, no.
Valentine's Day?
No.
Birthday?
Birthday!
There we
go. Groundhog Day is my birthday.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, there we go.
I'm not going to tell everybody how old I am. But so, let's talk a little bit about the weather first thing. It is, I don't know. I know that you've been talking about the fog, right? Because that's still a thing. But at least we're warming up slowly.
Yeah, we are slowly warming up. Let's take a live look outside right now in Pasco through the Giza Stadium Skycam. We are warming up. It might not feel like it right now, but this time next week, we're hoping for 10 degrees warmer than we are right now. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope everyone else is. Dense fog outside right now, freezing fog advisory this morning. So we can't exactly be thinking about the 10-degree warmer weather while we've got this cold, freezing fog advisory. Still snow on the forecast, rain and freezing rain heading across our region today. If we take a look at our radar, we see this rain-snow mix heading across our region, some snow affecting some of us more in the Kittitas Valley area, but snow heading across, or rain snow mix heading across and along with some rain this morning. Let's take a look at our visibility map. Again, dense fog across some of our areas, 0 to 2 miles for most of our regions. Let's take a look at our temps this morning. We're going to be in the upper 20s in some areas, lower 30s across most of our region. Later today, we're getting a little bit warmer than that. I'll have more details in my full forecast. That's on the way. I'll send it back to Austin.
Okay, Riley, thank you. At 6:03, we do have a few school delays to tell you about this morning. For those in the Yakima Valley, the Granger, Sunnyside, Grandview, Mount Adams, Wapato, Zila, Mabton, Prosper, Toppenish, and Highland school districts are all on a 2-hour delay, along with Yakima Tribal and the Christian Worship Center Academy. Stay with us at applevalleyNewsNow.com or here on Good Morning Northwest throughout the day for updates. 6:04, new details have emerged after a school bus was involved in a vehicle crash in Grant County. According to the sheriff's office, at about 3:40 Monday, a pickup truck drove through a stop sign and hit the Wahluke School District bus. The sheriff's office says 13 of the 17 students on board had to be taken to the hospital. They are all expected to be okay. Now, the pickup driver and the other truck did have to be sent to a hospital. He is in stable condition. Investigators believe low visibility due to the fog on Monday played a role in this crash. After voting out the previous city manager after the first meeting of the year, the Yakima City Council has come to a decision on a new interim one. The council chose Dave Zabel Monday night, who was sworn in shortly after his selection after previously serving as Yakima's assistant city manager from 2005 to 2011. Zabel most recently worked as Pasco's city manager from 2014 until his retirement in 2022. He currently works for GMP Consultants, which the city will be paying $140 per hour for his services.
Yakima is important to us. It's basically the home base for my family, and so I have a lot of interest and a lot of commitment to the stability and success of the community.
The council will be discussing the process for finding a new permanent city manager at an upcoming meeting. 6:05 is your time. A children's museum may be on its way to the Mid-Columbia region. There's a proposal currently being mulled over, but it starts with an idea and a need for funding. Advocates are about halfway to their goal of raising $200,000 to build a brand new children's museum. The plan is to use the money to hire a museum consultant who has experience with science centers and children's museums. Vice President Beth Crocker of Mid-Columbia Children's Museum says the long process is all part of the journey.
So that $200,000 will go towards that process. We're hoping to be able to engage that process in May or June of this year and to be able to finalize that study by the end of this year.
Mid-Columbia Children's Museum members will be attending the Association of Children's Museums Conference to help with fundraising. We'll have more information and keep you posted on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. New information impacting Hanford. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, construction has finished on their Integrated Disposal Facility, or IDF, for their tank waste treatment mission. The IDF is a landfill engineered to be able to safely dispose of vitrified or immobilized glass developed from radioactive waste. Project engineer Gary Piles says the IDF's completion is an important step toward starting the waste treatment process. The first containers of the glass-like waste are scheduled to be disposed in the IDF in 2026. 6:07, the cold weather brings a lot of travel challenges to many people, but it also impacts how law enforcement officers operate. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us it's not just more car crashes because of ice or snow on the road.
I spoke to the Sela police chief, who tells me they tend to see a lot fewer car prowlers and burglaries this time of year because even those people who are committing crimes tend to want to stay indoors out of the cold. But at the same time, that means they tend to see a lot more crimes that are happening indoors, like domestic violence. But no matter what the call is or what the weather, police have to respond.
We may be able to make it up the hill halfway, and we have to park and then walk up. And so some of the officers carry crampons that they can put on their boots
to keep them from slipping, and special gear to keep them warm.
Mandatory Under Armour that keeps us warm during the wintertime, and we have base layers on underneath, tops and bottoms.
Gloves, a beanie hat.
And then when it gets really cold out, I got something like this that we wear, and we often get laughed at for wearing it, but it is an ear and a neck saver for sure.
Patrol cars have to stay running with the heat on, or equipment can freeze up.
Our computers, our preliminary breath test machines for like on a DUI investigation, those, if they get cold, they won't properly function.
The cold makes just about everything harder.
It's much more difficult to manipulate anything, even gripping your steering wheel, things like that.
How do you get handcuffs on somebody when your hands are just frozen, right?
It can even determine whether they pursue a vehicle or chase a suspect on foot in the snow when they can't see where they're going.
I worked with a guy for many years who was running through a field and had snow in it, and he stepped into a hole and tore his Achilles tendon.
If the suspect's a danger to the community, they'll still do it, but
if it's a shoplifter or something with a candy bar, it's not worth hurting yourself.
even being trained to drive in bad weather for police, just getting to calls can be a challenge.
We have had a couple of vehicles in the last 2 years that have just slid on the road and slid into the curb.
No crashes with patrol cars recently, but near misses.
All too often, I think unfortunately a lot of people do get into the zone, whether it's being on an electronic device. They don't hear us coming up behind them with the sirens on until we're right behind them, and then they oftentimes panic and not sure what to do.
Slamming on the brakes and sometimes crashing.
You don't need to lock up your car and slide off the road by any means. Just gently tap until you slow down and then just pull your vehicle over to the side of the road safely.
They tell me if you are getting pulled over and you can't immediately see a good spot to do so, just turn your blinker on, slow down, and make sure they know that you're complying, and then just pull over when it is safe to do so. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Emily, thank you for that. 6:10 is your time. Let's take another look at your morning weather forecast with Riley.
Well, we've got a lot of that fog out there right now. You can see a lot of it. More fog for your Wednesday. Rain on the way. I'll tell you when and where in your extended forecast. That's coming up.
Also ahead, a jury has reached a verdict in the case of an upstate New York man fatally shooting a young woman who was riding in a car that had mistakenly driven up his driveway. It's 6.
It's the final days of the Epic Sell-Off at Furniture Row. Find epic savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus, no interest until January 2028. Epic styles, epic selection, all with epic savings. Only at Furniture Row. Hurry, sale ends soon.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 NMAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we stay up to date on the latest research and we offer cutting-edge therapies. We treat a number of different conditions, specifically Parkinson's disease, stroke recovery, traumatic brain injury, fibromyalgia, diabetes. We also treat folks dealing with cognitive decline due to aging.
We all have dreams and ideas about how life is going to be, and then life happens, and it's not necessarily what we pictured. So how do we deal with that? I've lived with multiple sclerosis for years. It's realizing that it's all one system. How do you reset your goals so that you can live a happy, healthy life even with chronic illness? And I can attest, yes, you can. My life is incredibly happy.
We first start by improving oxygen utilization in the cells because healthy cells are well oxygenated. We then work towards improving areas of the brain that are inefficient, and for this we use a number of different modalities. We offer oxygen contrast therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, transcranial photobiomodulation, and our latest addition, brain high-intensity interval training.
We also build a schedule for the patient that makes it easy to adapt their game plan to their lives and the therapies they do inside the clinic. To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
It's the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress, and that means everything is on sale. Like the Summit, now only $332.49, or save $100 on any Doctor's Choice Hybrid. Plus, no interest until January 2028 and free shipping. Hurry, the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress ends soon.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
6:13 is your time. A jury needed little time to reach a decision in the case of a New York man accused of gunning down a woman for making a wrong turn onto his property. Here's ABC's Andrea Fuji.
Guilty. This morning, a guilty verdict in the case of a man charged with fatally shooting a young woman after the car she was riding in accidentally turned into his driveway.
Kaylin deserves to have her story told. And what a beautiful person she was, and how many people loved her.
Last year, 20-year-old Kaylin Gillis was with her friends, driving in 2 cars and a motorcycle, looking for another friend's house late at night in rural upstate New York. She was the passenger in one of the cars that mistakenly drove up Kevin Monahan's driveway. His lawyer says Monahan felt threatened by the group and fired a warning shot in the air, but then stumbled and tripped, accidentally shooting another round that hit Gillis.
The photo from the prosecution, from the police, wasn't clear enough to show you the area where he stumbled and fell. But you know this can happen.
But it took the jury less than 2 hours to find Monahan guilty of second-degree murder, reckless endangerment, and tampering with physical evidence. Gillis's family did not speak publicly after the verdict, but previously said she was a victim of circumstance, just trying to visit her friend who lived only a half-mile down the road.
My daughter was an honor student. She had hopes and dreams of becoming... She had hopes and dreams of becoming a marine biologist or a veterinarian, and this man took that away from us.
Don't even know what to say. All right, 6:15 is your time. Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest. There are changes on the way at Pasco City Hall as a new grant from the Department of Ecology will pave the way for new electric vehicle charging stations across the city. And our Riley Fitzgerald will take a look at your first alert forecast. 33 degrees as we're waking up on this hump day. We'll be right back.
So I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get any phone for free. Seriously, wow.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
Get any phone free when you switch.
Car wreck? I'm here to help you.
His caring and supportive nature created a bond, and he shares that with every client he has.
Stacy always says really good things about me.
I got T-boned at an intersection. Ended up having a back injury. Mariano got me about 50 times more than I thought I was going to get.
I did my best, and she got way more than she expected.
Can't thank Mariano enough. I mean, he is the guy.
Call 853-2222.
February is American Heart Month. Join us in going red for women Friday, February 2nd at Desert Wind Winery in Prosser for a heart-healthy luncheon with guest speaker, Prosser Memorial Health cardiologist Dr. Karan Vadi and MC Shay Frechette. Event proceeds benefit the Prosser Memorial Health Foundation. Tickets are just $50 each and available online now at prosserhealth.foundation or by calling 509-786-6601.
Oh no, you hate coming home to a dark house. You need the Bell & Howell Bionic Spotlight. The instant the motion sensor detects movement, Bionic Spotlight triggers 8 high-intensity LED lights that shower the entire area with light and then shuts off 30 seconds after it stops. Get the motion-activated Bionic Spotlight for just $19.95 with free shipping. If you order right now, you can double the offer and just pay a separate fee. 2 Bionic Spotlights backed by our 5-year warranty for one low-value price. And the shipping is free. Here's how to order.
So I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get any phone for free. Seriously, wow.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
Get any phone free when you switch. Apple Valley News Now forecaster Stacy Lee.
We're constantly looking ahead for the next weather event, so we'll all know what's coming before it arrives.
And our local experience is the difference. First alert weather from Apple Valley News Now.
Always on your side.
Next 5, Feuds Callista Flockhart and Chrissy Teigen from Chrissy and Dave Dine Out. Oh my God! Plus, Parenting Week continues.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Riley Fitzgerald.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Live look outside right now in Pasco through the Giza Stadium Skycam. We can see there's quite a bit of fog out, but it's kind of been dropping just a little bit, at least in the Tri-Cities. We can start to see some of this morning commute freeway traffic that's going on. We couldn't see that just about 30 minutes ago, so glad that we can see it now and maybe lifting a little bit. Freezing fog advisory until 10 o'clock today. We've got rain and freezing rain on the way, and in some places even morning upper elevation snow. So let's take a look at our radar this morning. We're seeing that the Kittitas Valley is getting some of that snow, otherwise rain snow mix turning into some rain that's crossing our region this morning. Freezing fog advisory across most of our region until 10 o'clock today. Might linger like it did yesterday though. Lingered kind of a lot even through the nighttime. We were seeing some of that fog. Our visibility right now pretty low in a lot of areas. 1 mile in the Kittitas Valley, 1 mile in Yakima. 0 in Prosser, Hermiston, 3 miles in the Tri-Cities. So visibility is being impacted by this fog this morning. Taking a look at our futurecast, lots of this rainy conditions coming across the region today through this morning. Lots of rain heading across, not quite scattered like we've been seeing it, but more consistent throughout the rest of the morning. Dying a little bit towards the evening, but then hanging out, especially near the Blue Mountain region. So more showers around the Pendleton, Walla Walla areas tonight. Showers coming up overnight once again through the morning hours, starting for Thursday and into a little bit of showers Thursday night, popping up once again for your Friday. So let's take a look at our current temps. We are mostly around freezing. A little lower in the Pendleton area, 28 in Pendleton, 30 in Dayton, otherwise just sticking around the freezing level. Highs today mid to upper 30s in the Yakima Valley. In the Mid-Columbia, we're seeing upper 30s, and in the Blue Mountain region, upper 30s and lower 40s for your day today. Let's take a look at our temps tonight. Drying a little bit, and then more rain is on the way starting in the morning, just below freezing in a lot of our areas except the foothills of the Blues, just a little bit warmer. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Starting for the next couple of days, overnight lows just below freezing. So chance of slick roads. I'm hoping that this rain takes away some of the snow that's on the ground right now, but we've got a lot of that wintry mix, rain snow mix heading our areas today. Temperatures are on the rise though for the next couple of days. 38 in the Tri-Cities today, up to 48 next Tuesday. So temperatures on the rise, lots of clouds for the next couple of days. And in the Walla Walla area, we have sun popping up on Sunday, so that's great to see. Again, 40 today to 50 on Tuesday, so getting very excited for warmer temperatures that are heading our way. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Remember, we've got that fog here today and some showers. Austin?
All right, Riley, thank you very much. Real quick, I was walking around the station just a few minutes ago, and I saw this really cute dog. His name is Duff, right? His name is Duff, right? Yes, Duff. And we're going to be checking in with him. So if you're looking for a new best friend, make sure you stay with us into the 6:30 half hour. But it is 6:22 now. There's going to be a new charging station for electric vehicles in the city of Pasco. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma spoke with city officials to get more details.
Last year, the city of Pasco applied for a grant for an EV charging station with the Department of Ecology, and they were awarded the $90,000 grant this month. City official Kristen Webb says this is how many charging stations they will have.
Intent is to put in 9 charging stations, so it's $10,000 per charging station.
If you take a look behind me, this might just look like an ordinary parking lot right now, but within a year, it'll be a new EV charging station. Webb says this is why they chose the location for the new EV charging station.
The goal is to actually be able to allow the city fleets to be able to charge, of course, at no charge to that vehicle, and then to allow the public access to have these charging stations near shops and other amenities that we have downtown within walking distance while their vehicles are charging.
Webb also says that in the month of February, the City Council will have listening meetings for how they could go more green. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Monique, thank you for that. 6:23 is your time. As I was mentioning earlier, still ahead on Good Morning Northwest, we do have Operation Best Friend. Here's a live picture. This is Duff, and he is looking for his forever home. We'll be right back.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting him to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Sorry, everyone. I ran out of space and time.
Why are we even doing this?
Try, y'all. Try.
2024 is the year of the dragon, and Legends Casino Hotel has a fire breather that can warm your wallet with cold, hard cash during our $120,000 Fire and Ice Fortunes. Don't be left out in the cold. Ignite your luck by using your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. And ride the Dragon of Fortunes to claim $3,000, $8,000, and $10,000 every Thursday in January. But don't let us drag on about it. Come in and win the $120,000 Fire and Ice Fortunes, only at Legends Casino Hotel.
Before you head for the slopes, catch the Apple Valley News Now Northwest Ski Report. It's on air during weather, online at applevalleyNewsNow.com, or on our mobile app. The Northwest Ski Report from Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Schweitzer Mountain Resort in Sandpoint, Idaho.
Valley Nissan is your new Nissan Rogue headquarters. Over 25 new Rogues to choose from, all on the lot and clearly marked with low sale prices. Drive home a new 2023 Rogue for as low as $27,990. And listen to this, interest rates as low as 0%. So why wait? Price, selection, and low APR financing. The time to buy is now. The place to buy is Valley Nissan. So come see us today. Valley Nissan is your new Rogue headquarters.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Back, everybody. It is 6:27. Time now for Operation Best Friend, when we get the pleasure to introduce you to a pet that is up for adoption at a local animal shelter. We're going to share my mic, okay? So it's going to be a little awkward, but that's okay. Liz Howard joins us with the Benton Franklin Humane Society, and she brings Duff. I was talking about him earlier. He is a complete sweetheart. He's only 1 year old, right?
Correct. He is 1 year old. He is a Border Collie mix.
Border Collie mix. Now, how long has he been at the shelter?
He's been there for about 3 months. He came to us as an owner surrender from Boardman County in Oregon.
So, what would you say perfect family?
Perfect family would be a family that doesn't have any cats, doesn't have any small animals like chickens or bunnies, anything like that, but he does do well with other dogs and does do well with children.
Do you have any funny, quirky stories about him?
Yeah, so he is a painter. We recently had a great volunteer come and help us out, and she did paintings, and he loved doing that, so it was a lot of fun.
Would you say, what kind of mix is he exactly?
We never really know, but we're going with a Border Collie lab mix. He has the calming qualities that a lab has, but the herding qualities that a Border Collie has.
He is just so sweet, and Hello. Hi. I miss my dogs. They're not here right now. My family's down in California.
Oh, okay.
So I just moved here. So, but it's so nice to just be able to pet him.
Well, anytime you want to come to the Benton Franklin Humane Society and do some puppy cuddling, we would be happy to have you.
You know what? That sounds good. That sounds very good. So, how long have you been with the shelter?
I started in August of last year, so about 6 months.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, if you would like to adopt Duff, just head on to the shelter. By the way, whoever ends up adopting the pet we have featured right here on Operation Best Friend, you will receive a $50 gift card to Paws Natural Pet Emporium. So that's exciting. And if you're looking for a new best friend, Duff right here may be the right fit for your family. Again, he's with the Benton Franklin Humane Society. Liz, Duff, thank you so much. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you buddy. For having us.
We'll be right back. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on this Wednesday. Still ahead, here's what's coming up. After Trump takes the New Hampshire primary, President Biden says the results make it clear he will face off against his 2020 rival in 2024. We're back right after this.
Do you experience persistent hand pain, numbness, or discomfort? Prosser Memorial Health board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel specializes in advanced procedures including endoscopic carpal tunnel release and trigger finger release. Relieve hand discomfort with expert care and call Prosser Orthopedic Center today at 509-786-5599 to schedule an appointment. This is how we care.
Another year in the rear view. We take a moment to remember the winding roads on our way to carving up snow peaks, the rush to their games and family fun, last-minute road trips and sun-soaked escapes, your favorite people in the passenger seat for game nights and tailgates, and all the journeys and memories that came between. Here is to gearing up for the roads ahead. Our entire team at McCurley will be here to help you find the right vehicle for your journey and keep it running at its best for wherever this new year takes you and to get you back home again.
Drive into the new year in a 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing from McCurley Mazda.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Jeff Kreutz.
And I'm attorney Megan Changaroya.
Thank you, Tri-Cities, for voting us Best Personal Injury and Best Overall Law Firm.
We are so honored and grateful to serve this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call the law firm that has served Central Washington for 30 years. Call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Okay, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
To see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party? Right, you feeling okay?
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, just click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
Just after 6:30, here's what's happening right now. Donald Trump winning the New Hampshire Republican presidential primary, putting him one step closer to the nomination and a rematch with President Biden. The rival, Nikki Haley, is pledging to stay in the race. And the U.S. continuing to carry out airstrikes on Iranian-backed militias in Iraq amid growing tensions in the Middle East.
And more fog this morning, just like yesterday, along with wet conditions on the way for our Wednesday. I'll get you ready for the wave of showers heading through the region today, coming up in my forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Where's your coffee?
I don't drink coffee. It's a shocker. I wake up at 2 in the morning, and I'm here and I'm doing this morning show, and I don't drink coffee. Haven't had caffeine in 4 years.
4 years.
4 years this month. Yes. So it's all just. It's all just
youthful energy.
It's youthful energy and spite.
There you go. Well, good morning, everybody. 6:34 now. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Wasn't Duff super cute?
Oh my goodness, he just the sweetest boy I've ever seen. So very sweet. And Liz says that he'd fit perfectly in with any family that doesn't have a cat.
Right. Yeah. He's probably gonna run around the cat, and he just wants to be by himself.
Exactly.
So. And that you get a $50 gift card, right?
Gift card to Paws Natural Pet Emporium. Yeah.
Very good. So, folks, adopt Duff. Let's talk about your weather here in the middle of the week. This is, I guess, the last week, really full week, kind of. Well, obviously it's Wednesday, but we've only got about a week left here in the first month of 2024.
And we're ending it pretty, we're going to get a little warm by the end of the month. So let's take a live look outside right now in Pasco through the Giza Stadium Sky Cam. And I say that we're going to be warm by the end of the month, but we do have to get through the last of these 30s and 40s. I'm not going to say the last of the year because we usually have one more cold strike through the year. But we've got 33 this morning on the Giza Stadium Sky Cam and fog for your day today. We had some fog yesterday. We're going to have more today. Freezing fog advisory. Through 10 o'clock this morning, rain and freezing rain for your day today, and upper elevation snow just early this morning. Let's take a look at our radar. We see that snow starting in the Kittitas Valley, and then rain-snow mix heading across our region, turning into rain throughout the rest of the day. Here's our visibility map. We have low visibility across most of our region today. Let's take a look at our temps right now. We're just sitting around the freezing level, so still pretty cold, but our temps are raising. I'll tell you how warm it's going to be by the end of the week coming up in my full forecast, but for now I'll send it back to Austin.
Thank you so much, Riley. New this morning, the results of the New Hampshire primary are in, and former President Donald Trump won the state by double digits. Nikki Haley says she's not given up her fight, and in response, Trump overnight was lashing out. Turnout was higher than expected, but experts say if Haley couldn't win in New Hampshire, a state where independents can vote in the primary, and she may find the road ahead quite challenging. ABC's Melissa Adon is in New Hampshire for us, new this morning.
This morning, former President Trump celebrating his win over Nikki Haley in the first-in-the-nation primary. Claiming Haley is delusional for claiming a victory in New Hampshire.
She's doing like a speech like she won. She didn't win, she lost.
Trump also striking a vengeful tone, making this comment when introducing supporter Vivek Ramaswamy last night.
The only person more angry than, let's say me, but I don't get too angry, I get even. The only person...
Haley's campaign overnight called Trump's victory speech angry, saying it was filled with grievances and offered the American people nothing about his vision. Earlier, Haley congratulated Trump, but insisted she's staying in the race.
There are dozens of states left to go, and the next one is my sweet state of South Carolina.
Haley's finish was stronger than recent polls suggested, winning a majority among independents and college graduates. Trump was backed by Republicans who listed immigration and the economy as their top issues. Still, Haley says she's focusing on her home state of South Carolina. The primary there is 1 month from today, and polls show her trailing by 30 points.
The first party to retire its 80-year-old candidate is going to be the party that wins this election.
Meanwhile, President Biden is ramping up his attacks on Trump, mentioning Trump's name 14 times at a campaign rally in Virginia yesterday.
And let's remember, it was Donald Trump and his Supreme Court who ripped away the rights and freedoms of women in America.
Overnight, the chairwoman of the Republican National Committee urged Nikki Haley to drop out of the race, saying it's time to unite around the eventual Republican nominee, Donald Trump. Melissa Adan, ABC News, Manchester, New Hampshire.
All right, 6:38 is your time. Also new this morning, the U.S. carried out airstrikes in western Iraq throughout the day Tuesday. According to Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, the U.S. targeted 3 facilities used by Iranian-backed militia groups. At least 1 person was killed and 1 was injured, according to a source from the Popular Mobilization Front. The person killed was a Hezbollah fighter, according to a post on the militia group's Telegram channel. Austin said in the statement that the strikes were in direct response to recent repeated attacks against U.S. forces. He called on the groups and their Iranian sponsors to immediately cease the attacks. Last week, at least 4 U.S. personnel at Al-Assad Air Base in Iraq were injured in a ballistic missile and rocket attack on the base. Let's take a look at your morning weather. Riley Fitzgerald joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. Look at that fog outside. It's clearing up just a little bit, but we've got fog today, just like yesterday. Rain on the way. I'll tell you when and where in your extended forecast coming up.
Also ahead, a record number of manatees crowded into a Florida state park in order to escape the cold temperatures. The number, though, may surprise you. Good morning, Northwest.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company.
Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Hi, Craig Cupp here, former professional football player and longtime Valley Ford customer. Now is a great time to purchase or order a new Ford F-150, Explorer, or Escape, with interest rates as low as 0% on nearly every model. Plus, with every new or used vehicle sold, Valley Ford will donate $100 to Children's Village Keys for Kids program. So when you're shopping for a new Ford, make Valley Ford your first stop. You'll score a touchdown every time.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,600 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
To reduce your risk of cervical cancer, ask your doctor about the HPV vaccine and have regular Pap tests. There's more information on how to avoid cervical cancer at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Becky Morris at Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company.
Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
Next 5, Feuds Callista Flockhart and Chrissy Teigen from Chrissy and Dave Dine Out.
Oh my God!
Plus, Parenting Week continues.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Does your phone have the Apple Valley News Now app? With top local stories, first alert weather, and an easy way to enter our contests. Make Apple Valley News Now your go-to information app. Search and download on the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back, everybody. 6:43 on this Wednesday. A record number of manatees crowded into Florida's Blue Spring State Park to escape the cold Sunday.
And the park says a jaw-dropping 932 manatees showed up, breaking the New Year's Day record of 736, almost by 200 manatees. The temperature at Blue Spring is a constant 72 degrees, so it's a safe bet that there will be a crowd of manatees during a cold snap.
Now, they prefer warmer water and can actually die from cold stress. They need to be in water that doesn't drop below 68 degrees for more than a few days.
Incredible. Glad that they stayed warm.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And if you're hoping to stay warm, maybe stay inside. Let's take a live look outside right now through our Giza Stadium Skycam. It's pretty cold outside, but hey, it's warming up a little bit over the next couple of days. Cold today. Bundle up. I'll have my full forecast coming up.
And the CEO of Boeing is heading to Capitol Hill today for a meeting with lawmakers in the wake of the Alaska Airlines mid-air door blowout on a 737 MAX 9 this month. We'll be
Are you looking for a new car that's sporty, fun, practical, with great fuel efficiency? Check out the 2023 Kia Forte LXS at Overturf Kia and make a bold impression when you ride in style. Now, just $19,999. Plus, get 3.9% interest for up to 48 months. Take delivery today or reserve a car that is on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
It's time to play Get to Know the Raptors and Alice. Favorite food?
Pizza, duh. Ribeye steak, rare.
A bowl of cantaloupe the size of a swimming pool.
Favorite triple play attraction?
2 words, arcade. The entire Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park.
Zipline. It's great for talking with guests.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, ropes course, and many more. All attached to a cozy hotel.
Cantaloupe? Really?
Steak? Really?
The outdoors come indoors at the 30th Annual Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th, 27th, and 28th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Watch the amazing tricks and feats of the Border Collie Performance Team. Buy, sell, or trade at the Sportsman Show Marketplace. See hourly hunting and fishing seminars and the Kids Fishing Pond. 2 buildings full of exhibitors, boats, RVs, pickups, ATVs, and more. It's the Tri-City Sportsman Show, January 26th through 28th in Pasco. Don't miss it.
In life's delicate moments, turn to the compassionate experts at Tri-Cities Chaplaincy. Whether it's hospice, palliative, or grief care for adults and children, we are here for you in Benton and Franklin counties. And the best part, our grief support comes at no cost to you. When life gets tough, we're here to guide you, ensuring you live your best life, even through the toughest moments. Visit us today at tccbestlife.org.
2 iconic rock bands, 1 night of history. The Marshall Tucker Band, Jefferson Starship. Live on Cloud 9 Tour. Saturday, March 9th, the Legends Casino Hotel, Toppenish. All the hits. All the history. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster and Legends Casino Gift Shop. The Legends Casino Hotel, Toppenish. Saturday, March 9th.
Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Riley Fitzgerald.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. We had a bit more fog earlier. It kind of looks like it's starting to settle down, at least in some areas. So let's take a look at what's ahead. Freezing fog advisory till 10 o'clock today. Rain and freezing rain across our region and some morning upper elevation snow. So if we take a look this morning at our radar, we see that snow that's impacting a lot of the Kittitas Valley, maybe some into the Yakima area, but mostly rain snow mix. All of this pink is that rain snow mix turning into rain as it enters the Columbia Basin. Let's take a look at our visibility map. As we see, it's getting a little bit better in the Tri-Cities. Earlier it was 0, now it's 4 miles. Otherwise, we've got 1 mile, Cle Elum, Yakima, Hermiston, Pendleton, 0, Walla Walla, Prosser. So visibility is being impacted by the fog this morning. Taking a look at our futurecast, we see the movement of rain and rain snow mix heading across our region through your day today. More this evening in the foothills of the Blues. Overnight, it's drying up just a little bit. Snow showers in the mountains, the Cascade Mountains. More rain heading our way on your Thursday through Thursday afternoon, drying up a little bit once again overnight, but another wave is coming for your Friday. Let's take a look at our temps right now, just above freezing in most of our areas. 34 Tri-Cities, Hanford, 32 Yakima, 31 Dayton, 28 in Pendleton, so a little bit chillier. Highs today mid to upper 30s in the Yakima Valley. In the Mid-Columbia, we are seeing mid to upper 30s. And in the Blue Mountain region, upper 30s, lower 40s. For your day today, our temps for tonight, little bit cooler than we're seeing now, upper 20s, lower 30s, drying, then more rain on the way. On our 7-day forecast, we see more showers that are on the way over the next couple of days. More fog heading our way for the Yakima area Friday. Overnight lows just below freezing for the next couple of days, but then our temps are on the rise. We see 36 today, 45 next Tuesday. So going up almost 10 degrees in a lot of our areas by next week. In the Tri-Cities, temperatures slowly rising as well. Lots and lots of cloud coverage over the next couple of days. Weekend might see a little more sun than we've seen so far this week. In the Walla Walla area, we're seeing showers over the next couple of days, going from 40 degrees today to 50 next week. So beautiful temperatures that are on the way, even some sun showing for your Sunday. So remember, we've got dense fog this morning, a freezing fog advisory till 10 o'clock today, and some showers moving across our region. Have a fantastic, safe Wednesday. I will send it back to Austin.
All right, Riley, thank you very much. We have a business headline for you at 6:50 now on this Wednesday. We're going to turn our attention to Boeing, facing new scrutiny over the safety of its passenger jets after that frightening moment when a door mishap in mid-flight occurred this month. The company's CEO will be on Capitol Hill today as two major airlines outline their growing concerns. New during our 6:30 half hour, here's ABC's Lionel Moyes.
This morning, the CEO of Boeing, Dave Calhoun, heading to Capitol Hill, meeting with lawmakers in the wake of the Alaska Airlines mid-air door blowout on a 737 MAX 9 this month. Alaska Airlines CEO Ben Minicucci also speaking out, saying he's frustrated and angry, adding that inspectors have now found loose bolts on many of the MAX 9 jets grounded since the incident. Minicucci is sending his own inspectors to audit Boeing's quality control systems. He acknowledges his airline was lucky no one was seated next to that door.
There were only 7 open seats, and we had a guardian angel, honestly, on that airplane.
And now more problems for Boeing. United Airlines, which also flies the MAX 9, says it also found loose bolts and, due to quality concerns, is now rethinking its commitment to Boeing for future orders. Boeing says workers at its 737 factory will stop work tomorrow to hold workshops on quality control. Meanwhile, in Atlanta,
one of your nose tires just came off. It just rolled off the runway behind you.
A tire fell off a Delta Boeing jet before takeoff. Experts say it was likely a maintenance issue. Passengers were forced to board a replacement plane.
That was ABC News with the story. We are going to come back with the morning sprint to get you caught up on the day, plus a final look at your forecast. But first, here's what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, frequently used payment apps are on notice.
It's not just, the money is important, but also it's people's physical safety.
One of the country's most powerful prosecutors is leaning on Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App to do more to protect consumers. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg sent letters to the companies warning of a troubling rise in illegal behavior because they have insufficient security measures, leaving users vulnerable to fraud if and when their phone is stolen.
If there aren't guardrails, if there aren't common sense fixes, we're going to see more of these cases. And we're going to see more financial harm, possibly more physical harm.
The DA says payment apps now handle an estimated $1 trillion in transfers, and as their use climbs, frauds and scams have proliferated. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how to protect yourself and your money. With your GMA First Look, I'm Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
Now, the morning sprint.
Your time right now is 6:55. We're going to get to Riley with your weather in just a bit. But first, today's top stories. We have a few school delays this morning. For those in the Yakima Valley, the Granger, Sunnyside, Grandview, Mount Adams, Wapato, Zila, Mabton, Prosser, Toppenish, Highland, and Sela school districts are all on a 2-hour delay, along with the Yakima Tribal and Christian Worship Center Academy. New details have emerged after a school bus was involved in a crash in Grant County. According to the sheriff's office, at about 4 p.m. Monday, a pickup truck drove through a stop sign and hit the Wahluke School District bus. The sheriff's office says 13 of the 17 students on board had to be taken to the hospital. They are all expected to survive. The pickup truck driver also had to be taken to the hospital. Investigators believe that low visibility due to the fog played a role in the crash. After voting out the previous city manager at their first meeting of the year, the Yakima City Council has come to a decision on a new interim one. The council chose Dave Zabel, who was sworn in shortly after his selection Monday night. He's previously served as Yakima's assistant city manager from 2005 to 2011. He most recently worked as Pasco's city manager from 2014 until 2022. He currently works for GMP Consultants, who will be paid $140 per hour for the services. All right, let's get a final look at your forecast. Good morning, Riley.
Good morning, Austin. We're taking a look outside right now in Pasco through the Giza Stadium Skycam. Fog on it's kind of going away just a little bit, but let's take a look. Freezing fog advisory until 10 o'clock today. Rain and freezing rain. That is on the forecast for your Wednesday, and upper elevation snow. This morning we can see it right here, mostly in the Kittitas Valley. Rain snow mix in the Yakima Valley, heading over to rain crossing our region this morning. So wet roads, drive safe, some freezing roads maybe. Visibility right now, it's getting a little better in the Tri-Cities and in Ellensburg at 4 miles, 1 mile in Cle Elum, Yakima, Hermiston, Moses Lake, 0 in Prosser, Pendleton, and Walla Walla. So drive safe today. Some visibility may be impacted in some regions. Highs today, mid to upper 30s in the Yakima Valley. In the Mid-Columbia, we're seeing upper 30s, and in the Blue Mountain region, lower 40s. So slightly cooler than we had yesterday. Fog, rain on the way. Have a fantastic Wednesday. I'll send it to Austin.
All right, Riley, thank you. Good Morning America is next. Thanks for joining us. Happy Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow.